Opinions given by the individual host and their guests do not necessarily reflect those of Para X, its affiliates, or its sponsors.
Supernatural, metaphysical, paranormal. You know, all those things you've been wondering about? Are you ready to go deeper into the realms of the unknown? I hope you've got your walking shoes on, because life is an adventure, and this is the journey. Come on, let's go. Hello and welcome to the show, everyone. This is the Journey Radio Show, and hey, we're the She Squatchers. I'm Jen Cruz, and I've got both my teammates on the line. I've got Jenna Grover.
Bonjour, everyone.
And we've got Tammy Trickle.
Hey, everybody, I got my squeaky chair.
It is the chair. I checked.
I promise it's the chair.
Extra squeaky, scary noises for Halloween. So
yeah.
That's what we got going. Yeah. So thank you for joining us tonight. This is a sad occasion. This is our last show on Pair X, and we want to give many, many thanks to our awesome producer, Sarge.
Thank you, Sarge.
Thank you, Sarge, for all the years of everything, and thank you to Pair X for having us this long. And Sarge is retiring, so he's done so much for us, and I really, really appreciate him. So on to the show. We've got a really fun show for you tonight. We've got Mike Miller joining us from the Ohio Night Stalkers Bigfoot Research Group. And so welcome, Mike. Welcome to the show.
Hi, thanks for having me. How you girls doing?
We're doing great.
Fabulous.
Good.
That's good. I got the winter beard.
Yes, you've got your winter beard going on. I love it.
Yeah.
I hear it actually does keep your face warm. As men, you know, it actually works, right? A little insulation.
Yeah, especially when it's windy, it does work. I initially grew it out to make my general manager mad. So, so I do like it.
Awesome.
There you go. And it's getting more white. You could play Santa. Ho, ho, ho. That would be fun. Well, I got a call from Mike the other day, and he had something exciting to tell me. We've had Mike on the show quite some time ago, and Mike's been really good with recording audio of the unknown creatures out in the forest that we think are Bigfoot, right? And he's appeared on different TV shows, These Woods Are Haunted or Terror in the Woods. You want to tell a little bit about yourself, Mike?
Yes. I've been doing it for a few years, all because of Channel 7. A report, one night kind of got me interested, or about a sighting in Ohio, which I didn't believe. And I started looking into things, and I kept finding things, and which led me to where I'm at now. And what I enjoy doing is, I'm not really into the footprint cast, which they're great and they're needed, but I like capturing audio, because that audio happened right there at that moment in time, and I can listen to that over and over, send it to people. I could send it to David Ellis and have him analyze it, and it's almost like having a copy of that night, and it's exciting. I drive for UPS, and I work all the time, and I barely have any time to get into the woods, it seems like. But and my son Noah's almost 21, so that's what's been going on for me lately.
I can't believe he's almost 21. He was just a kid.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, wow. It's time flies, doesn't it? They grow up so fast.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm saying yes, like I know. I don't have any children. Yes.
I'm saying yes. I'm on mute, so.
Oh.
Very awesome. So Mike had called to tell me he had a new experience, and it was so exciting, and I wasn't able to hear it all on the phone. I'm like, just come on the show. You want to tell us what happened, Mike?
Yes, and I say before I tell you that in my own mind, after my brain accepts it and the other half of my brain says there's no way that happened, and it's like it's a conflict. But we were out in Adams County the weekend of October 11th, like 11th, 12th, 13th, and that was the 10-year anniversary of all that stuff that happened to us in 2014. And we went out. We did go out the 10th anniversary night, and not really anything happened. I did send you a recording of a bunch of coyotes. Talk about that later. But the next night, we went to a new area that we just got permission to go into this year. It's privately owned, and it's we have a contact that lives in the area, and Johnny, and I didn't get permission to use her name, so I'm not going to do that. I forgot to ask. But anyway, damn work gets in the way. That's why. But this area has a long history of stuff happening, even spiritually. The Native Americans and settlers fought there. It's just when you go back into that area, it's like you just feel like you've left a zip code. You know what I'm saying? It just seems like a different world. But anyway, we went there the night of the 12th, and all blasted, the wolves howling. We did some other stuff. We're kind of sitting in a semicircle. Mike Feltner and Jeff Byers went up the road a little ways to go look at something. And I was watching this area of woods across from me, because that's what we do. We each watch a different patch of the woods on all sides, so we're watching 360. And I had to say sorry because I don't see myself on the screen. I can't tell if I'm holding the phone too close or whatever, like real close to my eye. But anyway.
You're doing perfect.
The problem's not in your set. But anyway, going back to the story, sorry. I'm watching this area of woods, been watching it. I'm not asleep, not drinking or nothing. We don't ever do that. We really research. And I'm watching this area, and something starts moving, and I see it step out of the wood line. And at that distance, which wasn't, I'm not sure how far, less 50 yards or less. It's in a dark area. The moon was out that night, but we were kind of parked down from these two or three really big tall trees, and we were in a kind of a blind dark spot. So when this thing first came out of the wood line, it was in the darkness, but I could see it. It was black because it was just dark, because it was in darkness, but it was moving. It was upright, and it was coming out, and it comes out a little further and a little further, and it came out far enough. It wasn't looking towards me. I don't know, because I know they got great eyesight. I don't know if it knew we were there and just wasn't looking, because maybe it was watching the two guys that went up the road, because that's what it was looking at. It was looking that direction, like wondering where they were going. And I don't know if it knew what the rest of us were across from it or not, but this thing came all the way out past that one tree to where the moonlight hit it. And at that point, it shimmered. It was such a weird thing. I had seen a TV show a few years ago that talked about a hair sample that was found that's in between man and ape, and it's really peculiar. It's dark at the base, but as it goes up to the tip of the hair, it's almost translucent at the tip. And I think they use their surroundings. I think that helps them blend in, because it picks up the colors wherever they're standing at or laying or whatever. But the moonlight hit this thing, and it like shimmered. It glowed in the moonlight. It was like, I could tell it was brown at that point, dark brown, but it almost made it look like the moonlight put a silvery coat over the top of it. And at that moment, I'm like, I stood up because I'm in shock. And I'm like, half of my brain is literally saying, there's no way in hell that's what you think it is. It would never come out that far to where it's visible. One of those things would never do that. And then the other side of my brain is like, hey, dummy, right there it is. You're looking at it. And I stood up, and the moment I stood up, it seen me. I couldn't see any facial expressions. the facial area looked darker. It was dark. And then it kind of paused, and we're like looking at each other. I did reach down and put my hand on my weapon. I didn't pull it because I was just kind of having an out of body experience. And then I brought my hands up, like palms up, to show that I had nothing in my hand. And, you know, I was trying to look like I wasn't a threat, but it was watching me. And then it slowly, you know, it wasn't in a hurry. It wasn't scared of me, for damn sure. I was scared of it, and it moved back toward the wood line, and it passed in front of this tree to get back into the wood line. And it I don't know what it did, if it got kind of tangled up, but as it went through that, the whole bottom base part of that tree was moving. You know, it's not like the limbs up here in the wind. It really wasn't windy that night, but it's not like the wind hitting the top of the limbs and it's moving that. This is the trunk part of the tree, and it's moving. And, you know, freaking person can't do that, and the wind ain't going to do that unless it's a damn tornado. And,
do you think maybe there was a little one with him?
I don't know. And it just it went back into the wood line. And when it walked deeper into the wood line, it took 2 healthy steps, because it was like crunch. So I don't know if it was mad or whatever, but it was crazy. We did have a young lady there that it was her time of the month, and our contact there, that's pretty much part of our team now, the lady who's Shawnee, she said that they know that, and that's what was bringing them in. And it's kind of a dangerous situation, I guess. And but I don't know why it stepped out. I don't know if it stepped out because of that, and it was wondering where Jeff and Mike were going or what. But this thing stepped out, and when the moonlight hit it, it glowed silver. It was. I'm not saying it was glowing like it lit up like a light bulb, but it's just the moonlight hitting that hair, and I think that tip part of the hair, you know, blends that in, uses that to where it hides it. But it was shimmering. I really don't know how to explain it, but it was the craziest thing I've ever seen, and it was standing there, and it was less than at that point when it stopped and looked at me. I don't know, 25, 30 yards, maybe less. And we're looking at each other, and it was there. I wouldn't imagine it. And I watched it walk back in the wood line. You're probably going to hear the cat here, Luna, meowing here in a minute. But I'm still shook by it. Not scared. I'm just kind of like, do I really accept that? Did that really happen? You know, I'm really, because I've not told anyone at work. Because what are they going to say? Oh yeah, you research Bigfoot. Sure, you've seen a Bigfoot because you're wanting to see one. This wasn't anything like that. I've always been pretty much, the way I think of stuff is, they don't want to be seen, and it's not going to come out, you know. But this one did, and part of me accepts it, and part of me don't. And I'm still wrestling with that as an individual, but it happened.
Well, I believe you, Mike. I definitely believe you.
Gosh, yeah. I think we've all been through that experience of, did I really see? Am I nuts? Am I nuts? I mean, that's the first you think, that you're just seeing things. And now you're.
Oh, sorry.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, now you're believing it a little bit more, or you're just still grasping.
No, I believe in Bigfoot. There's something there, and I've had these fleeting glimpses. I mean, quickly, like, okay, what the heck kind of moments, a few of those. And, but this was different. This thing stepped out. I watched it walk, and this is different. I actually, you know, observed it for a few, I don't know how many seconds. I don't know if it was a minute, 2 minutes, you know, time kind of goes out the window there, you know, and, I see it. I know I've seen it. It's just, this blows my mind, really.
So that shimmering, was it in any way similar to like the shimmering of the Predator in the Predator movie? Was it anything like that?
No, and I'm going to go back to that show I watched that showed picture of that hair, and the tip part of that hair was clear. It was translucent. And I believe, I don't think they have a cloaking device. I don't think so, but I think they're made a certain way. They can do stuff we can't that's natural to them. And I think they use that to blend in, especially blend into the trees and everything else. Now, I don't think it was trying to hide at that moment. I think it just stepped out and the freaking moonlight hit it and it just kind of made it visible. And, but it was shimmering. It was just like, that's the only time I've ever seen it in my life. And I really don't know how to put it in words.
Okay.
So I could tell it was brown, but it had, imagine something that's brown hair, dark brown hair, and then suddenly it's just got like a wave of silver over the top of it.
It's just a reflection of the moonlight.
Yeah, it's like that's what it was
Like
doing.
on top of a lake or like a plant that has dew on it in the moonlight. It just makes it look like it's glowing.
Yeah. I've never seen that ever in my life, and my brain's still having problems with it, to tell you the truth.
I've seen it on people's hair in the moonlight. Like if you're out in the full moon and you're outside, I've seen people's hair glow like that. So I'm not surprised.
I'm sorry, I've got to ask the question just because my mind has changed so many times. Mike, what do you think about Bigfoot being interdimensional?
I still don't think that. I still think it's flesh and blood. I just think it's got some, it can do some incredible things that we don't understand. Human beings, especially the skeptics, but they think that everything's been discovered. We know everything, and there's no reason to investigate a darn thing because, damn it, we know and we're smart. Well,
yeah,
every day we're finding kind of a new form of life. This hasn't been certified yet, but there's things this thing can do that we just don't know. And to us, it seems like it's otherworldly, but to it, it's second nature. I think like people talk about how they disappear, or they move so fast, like they floated. I don't think they float. I just think they're built to maneuver in that kind of terrain, just like those mountain goats that get on those real steep cliffs, so predators can't get to us. It can do fantastic stuff like that, which makes it seem like it's more than flesh and blood. But right now I'm flesh and blood, but I could be wrong. I don't know, but it's got a bag of tricks. I'm gonna tell you that.
I used to be flesh and blood. My mind has completely changed on that. So
you said that you used to be flesh and blood, like you yourself were flesh and blood. But now you're not
for funny. Yes. Oh my gosh, it's Jenna-isms.
I'm
Yes, I am flesh and blood.
You're not flesh and blood anymore, Jenna?
I'm magical.
You're ethereal. Carry on.
Sorry about that. Squirrel.
So, Mike, you've seen glimpses of Bigfoot before. Would you like to give a recount of what you'd seen before?
Well, years and years ago in Adams County, in this one area, we had hit this one area 2 or 3 nights in a row. We were up there for a week, and we put some food out, and we went back because the first time we went, nothing happened. But I think we did kind of disturb a deer hunt that was going on in progress. We got in the way, and then when we went back the second night, there was an X in the woods where we went in. It was like, that was a message to us. So we went the next day and put a bunch of food out and apples and stuff like that and bread. And I can't remember what else, but we went back that, I think, third night, and this thing was down the hill from us. It was a pretty steep hill coming up, and we're at the top of it. And I have a Sony Handycam that's got night vision on it. It's good for about 25 feet. And this is so crazy because, most of the time I'm used to Bigfoot moving, so carefully with so much stealth that unless you've got a bionic ears or something, you just can't hear nothing. They're just like the ninja of the woods, as Mike Felder calls them. It just, you don't hear nothing. But this thing was taking deliberate steps, like step, and it would pause, then it would step again, and it'd wait a couple of seconds, and it'd step again. And Mark Mills was there, and it was Mike Felder and myself, and we hear this, and we're like looking at each other, and Mark is like, "This damn thing's coming up the hill," and I said, "Yeah, it is, but it's announcing it's announcing that by the way it's stepping. It's not sneaking. Maybe this is a, hey boys, I'm coming up, don't shoot kind of thing." So this thing keeps coming up, and we're like, our anxiety level and apprehension is going through the roof. And I'm trying to get a shot. I've got this area where it's going to step up at, I'm guessing. I'm filming that. I'm ready. And a little voice pops in my head when I realize it's really close because the sound is, louder. A little voice in my head says, "Hey, dummy." I call myself dummy a lot, but it says, "Hey, you're the only one with a firearm. You're looking down into a blue screen. And if this thing gets to the top and it's not friendly, it was just doing that to get an advantage, and it sprints at you, you're going to have to drop the camera and go from looking in a blue screen to looking into pitch black and try to shoot straight,
Oh yeah.
And it was so crazy because all this is happening, really quickly. But it didn't come to that because this thing took another step, and I think it was up on the hill. But Mark Mills turned on like one of those million candle power spotlights, and because he freaked out. I mean, I'm not knocking him because, oh my God, I mean, he was closer than I was, and there's a lot of excitement, and you say, yeah, I want to see it, but there's that part of you that's like, hey, this thing can kill you if it wants to. And you that survival thing keeps kicking in, like, hey, you might want to back up here, and because you're kind of out on a limb, you're in harm's way. But I looked up when he turned that light on, because you can't mistake that light, and that's when I seen the glimpse. It actually turned its head out of the light, its eyes, away from the light, and I seen the side of the head and the top where it has the the crest, the pointed head, and then it was just gone. But that was the first time ever I had seen anything, and it was just so quick. But it was just like this brown thing in the middle of the trees, and it was just gone. That's probably,
Very cool.
10, 11 years ago.
Don't you feel like all the specifics, excuse me, don't you feel like the specifics kind of dissipate? They just kind of go away, so it's hard to remember those specific details? Maybe it's just me. I don't know.
No, I don't know. It's almost like your brain, you're taught growing up, this is how the world works, and don't question it. And this is how it, this plugs into that, and that goes with this, and B follows A, and C follows B, and you're not supposed to question none of that. And then you see some of this other stuff, and your brain is like, okay, we just seen that, but that's not supposed to be happening. And I don't know. I think it's it makes it hard.
For me, like every time that I've had an experience, I just stop and I'm looking at them, and I'm not thinking a single thing until it's too late. And then I'm like, oh shit, I wanted to do this and I wanted to do that. And oops. Well, I guess it's our last one anyway.
Hey, make it a blast. You did awesome.
But yeah, no, I usually I don't freeze, but I don't think to have like that reaction, like, oh, maybe I need to not be looking at the screen, or, oh, you're thinking about all these things that I don't. I'm just like there in the moment going, wow, I'm looking at Bigfoot right now. And I don't think of anything else until they go away and I'm like, oh, wait, I had questions.
Your selfie that you were going to get, Tammy.
I know. I just want a selfie with you. Come back.
Oh, that'd be great.
We had an experience in Pennsylvania this last summer. Was it last summer when we were there? Yeah.
I think it was May. Was it May or June?
June. When we were there, we'd remote viewed a train track area. So we pulled off on it, and we had seen them on the remote view. So we went out there, and Tammy saw one there, and then she came back and told us, and then we went back out, and Sherry was by the truck, but she had a cheapy little thermal camera that would take pictures, but she watched us go down the track, and she took pictures of us going down the track, what we look like, and then something big came out of the woods, and she watched it walk out of the woods and start following us down the track, and she got some pictures of it on the thermal. And they're not great
awesome.
pictures, but yeah, but I mean, it was like it didn't realize somebody was watching, like Sherry was watching. It was just like stalking us. So yeah,
That's cool.
so that's probably what happened with your sighting. It probably didn't realize you were sitting right there. It was just coming out to look at Feltner and Jeff, see what they were doing. Is that what you think happened?
I think so. And I wouldn't think you could catch something like that off guard, but I'm no offense to Bigfoot, maybe this wasn't one of the brighter ones,
No.
Maybe it was a younger one and he wasn't as careful. Maybe he got scolded. Maybe when he got back, his dad said, "Hey, I told you, you gotta look both ways before you go out of the wood line," kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Because everything makes mistakes, right? So maybe that's what it was.
Yeah. I wonder how well they see in the dark. I mean, they've got to see better than we do.
Oh,
right?
yeah, I would think so.
Oh yeah, we're surrounded by artificial light all the time, and they're never surrounded by artificial light unless we're shining our flashlight in their faces. So
Yeah, we don't do that.
What color flashlights do you use?
I've got like a powerful flashlight if there's an emergency, but that I don't ever turn that on. Hopefully, I never do. I have a blue light, and then Mike's got red. A couple other people have red. Just something, just enough light, but not intrusive. I don't think.
So do you believe that the white light is not a good light to use?
I would think the white light would be, because all other animals react with the same way. And
but don't they all react to any light?
No.
Well, I would think they would see the white light better.
Well, yeah, you would turn away from it more because it's brighter,
right.
But still see
brighter.
the other light.
But I think they see the infrared. I think that's why the game cameras don't work. I think they notice that. Hell, deer notice that.
Well, when we first were out at Randy's the very first time, and we went out on the state land at night, he gave me a red flashlight, and I was shining the red flashlight down this fence line, and I kept seeing these red. I thought they were reflectors, like red reflectors, but then they started moving, and I was like, "What the heck is that?" And here they were deer. Well, deer don't have red eye shine, but they do.
They don't.
If you have a red flashlight, they do.
Oh,
but they were completely unbothered by the red flashlight. They were completely unbothered by it. They just went along their business like we weren't even there. It was very interesting. So when he said the red is less, offensive to the animals, and I believe him. I believe him on that. So yeah.
I use blue. I like blue better, but.
Well, with that, we're going to go to our commercial break. So stay tuned, everyone. We'll be right back.
Already.
All right.
Fast.
Now we're on break, but everything that is said is going to end up on YouTube, so be forewarned of that.
Yes.
We'll start
Oh,
talking smack about people.
Yeah. And if you do, back it up, man. Just you gotta
'Cause
back it up.
It's gonna be on there.
And I'm going to take
Poor
this
Randy.
I'm going to take this
blooper reel.
I'm going to take this opportunity to say this is our last show on Para X. So after this, we'll be moving to YouTube Live. So people can come and join in our live chat room and talk with us on YouTube. So please come to our YouTube channel at She Squatchers Official and subscribe and hit the notifications button so you can see when we're on live and join us in the moment. I know Mike will tune in, won't you, Mike?
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
And I will try to get a chair that's less squeaky.
Yeah. It really does sound like
It's an antique.
crazy.
So I mean it's a leather covered chair, wood chair. It's an
Nice.
antique. It was my grandmother's.
That's sweet.
Yeah. I don't have very much stuff left from any of my family that has passed, actually. So I kind of hang on to it a little tight.
Look at my eye. Can you see it? There's something wrong with it.
Oh, yep. You need some of them drops.
The little red spot.
Have you been wearing contacts?
I didn't wear them today.
Or did you not wear them today because of that spot?
Oh, yeah, my eyes hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you might have got a nick in one of the contacts and it might have irritated that spot on your eye.
You guys, I just thought of something really quick. Are we even going to have our intro music anywhere
They have
on YouTube?
Yes.
Okay, because it's running through my head.
Yeah. Oh,
You have to play instruments while you're on live.
And welcome back to the show, everyone. This is the Journey Radio Show, and hey, we're the She Squatchers. Won't you check us out online at shesquatchers.com? And hey, we're on YouTube at She Squatchers Official. Please come subscribe and click the notifications button so you'll receive the notifications when we're on there and our new videos. We're also on Facebook and Instagram under She Squatchers Official. So please come and follow us there for all of our most up-to-date what happenings. What happenings. We just got back from ValleyCon in Fargo. We had a great time. And got to see a lot of people, and it was good.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It was a wonderful time.
Yeah. We went to the masquerade ball. We got all dolled up and
I think we set the bar kind of high for next year.
we did. We did.
Mm-hmm.
We were expecting tuxes and everything, and that wasn't happening.
That
We
wasn't.
were ball gowns and full rhinestone jewelries, and it was prom. We looked amazing. We looked amazing.
And Jenna made me this awesome sash belt for my dress, and I'm keeping it forever. It looks so good with that dress.
Tammy, I want to make myself one. It is so cute. It looks so cute. And it would look so cute in a pair of jeans, on a pair of jeans. Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry. We're doing a show.
Oh, sorry, Mike.
Welcome to Bigfoot fashion.
Yes, yes.
Hey,
I'm just a fly on the wall.
We'll have to make you like one of those little head bandanas out of the belt.
Ooh,
out of that material that my belt was made out of.
Yes. I think we should all have one. Wouldn't it be fun?
We're not.
Speaking of, you guys, it's Halloween tomorrow. It's Halloween tomorrow. I just thought I'd mention it. Happy Halloween. That's all I have to say.
Well, we have some audio recordings that Mike has shared with us, so I'm going to ask Sarge if he could play one of those now, and we can have a listen to the audio clip. All right, Mike, what were we listening to there? When you tell us about that?
A lot of coyotes, but I think there's something else in there. This is a track I had to get analyzed from David Ellis, but I believe there's something else in there. There is a lot of coyotes.
Right.
There's definitely, that one was, I think, Hidden Valley last. The other Hidden Valley track is the one that has the big male. We call blasted a wolf howling. And this thing, it didn't reply at first. Some other things were you could hear, and then this thing went off. And to me, this was like Big Daddy saying, "Hey, Mr. Wolf, I don't give a damn what you are. This is my area." And I mean, it's mad. You can feel it.
Okay, well, let's see if we can play that one. Can we have the next audio clip, Sarge? Thank you. All right, was that the one you were thinking of?
Yes, that one, that thing in the middle there, that's not a coyote. That thing is mad. And at the end of that thing howling, it goes from a ooh kind of a sound to an ah. And you got to be a primate to sound out vowel sounds. Canines cannot sound out vowel sounds. And that ain't no damn coyote. That thing was mad.
Was that a different night?
Yes, that recording is from Memorial Day weekend this year.
What were you going to say, Jenna?
It left me. It passed me by.
Sorry.
It's okay.
It passed right over my head, too. All right, I think there's one more recording, isn't there?
And yeah, this is the one from it was actually October 11th, 2024. We were at the graveyard and we're talking, and we call blast. You'll hear the wolf howl, and then we had coyotes not just on one side but on both. I'm not sure if there's something else in there or not, but if anything, it's a good track to compare. Different, like what you think is a Bigfoot to coyotes, you can compare.
All right, let's see if we can hear that one. Thank you, Sarge.
You want him to roll it, Mike, at 1 o'clock?
Go ahead, yeah. Yeah, because we got to do the library tomorrow. What do you want to do? Do the wolf. Lone wolf? Yeah, do the one. What time's your library? 2:30. It's got to get set up, though. Yeah, ready? Mm-hmm.
Wasn't that hell?
What was that?
Sorry, wasn't that hellacious?
Yeah, that was pretty loud stuff going on. And I've been to that. You took me there to that place. I can't imagine being out that remote and surrounded by that forest like that.
And yes, and to set the stage for that, it's 1 o'clock in the morning or a little after. We're standing there in pitch black, and he played the wolf call, and then the coyotes started on one side, and it's like they went in a circle around us. You know, and we're standing in a graveyard. That was crazy. That was normally coyotes are on one side or the other. You know, it's like you hear them in one spot, and you know, this was like they just encircled us. It was, you know, we were wondering if they were having like a convention or something themselves. Because, but that's still a hair-raising track, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
I think.
Yeah, definitely. So, is there anything else you want to tell us about that audio clip? Or what David did? David Ellis, look at that one?
David has not looked at that yet. He's his mom's not doing great, and he's kind of tied up right now, and, understandably, and he has not had a chance to analyze that. A couple people listen to it with headphones on. They think there might be something in the background, but I don't know. I mean, but even if there's nothing else there, I'm going to keep that one just because I think it's a good, something to compare. It's a good comparison track, and it's pretty creepy. I mean, it's just,
Yes.
If you go back 20 years and tell me that I'm going to be standing in a graveyard at 1 a.m, in pitch dark, and be standing there recording stuff, I would have laughed hysterically and said, I don't know what the hell you're on. Stop.
I don't think any of us planned to be here doing what we're doing now 20 years ago. I mean, I never would have even imagined something like this in my life.
It would have been a joke. It really would have.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't plan that out.
Don't get. The skeptics are just skeptic, and they can just sit on the couch. They don't have to go prove anything because there's just no way it can be. That's their attitude. But they don't realize the time. You girls, you're out in the woods, and a lot of this we pay for ourselves, which and to get out there and do this, and we would not be doing this if there was nothing there, because there's other fun things you can do, and that may be less expensive and don't take you in the middle of nowhere.
We could be going to Fiji.
Where?
We could have gone to Fiji or
Fiji,
Hawaii.
Bali.
We can still go to Fiji.
Yeah. I'm going to go to Hawaii. I'm going to stay in the States. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I think we should go to Costa Rica. I hear really good things.
I think that sounds
great.
great.
Hawaii.
Now all we need is Mike. You want to pay for us to go to Costa Rica?
Would you like to sponsor our trip?
Hawaii.
You can come.
Definitely. We need camera people. No, I'm kidding. I love you, Mike. Don't take that wrong. I'm so sorry. It was so good. I couldn't help it.
I'll be carrying the bags.
What?
Oh, Lord.
Oh my goodness. Well, we don't know the Bigfoots in Costa Rica, but shouldn't we go check?
We should.
I thought so.
We should.
I think we need a vote on this. I'm voting Hawaii.
Hawaii is more expensive to go to and more expensive to stay there than Costa Rica is.
Well, Mike's paying for it. Didn't we figure that out?
But Hawaii.
Okay, if you're paying, you can pick where we're going, as long as it's warm and tropical.
Yes, it has a beach.
Yes.
For Bigfoot, we're looking still.
Well, and there's volcanoes, and
That's right.
Yeah, I think it would.
I was there in 2000. It's a beautiful place.
Oh, I don't know if I've ever been to Hawaii.
I haven't been yet. All of my family has been except for me.
Oh, well, we have to change that.
Been there.
Well, someday
we'll change it.
Yes. Bucket list.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So, what are do you have anything exciting coming up, Mike? What do you got plans?
This Saturday, November 2nd, we are at the Casey County Library in Liberty, Kentucky. They contacted us out of the blue via Facebook. The librarian there, Michelle, she said that they put up a suggestion box asking patrons what kind of programs they wanted, and it was overwhelmingly stuffed, and not by the same person every time. People wanting a Bigfoot program, and somehow they found us on Facebook and they contacted me, and we're going to Liberty, Kentucky this Saturday. It's about 3 hours from East. I've got to go pick up the other Mike, but it's about 3 hours from his house. But they went all out. They're calling this a little mini convention. They have a dress up like a Bigfooter contest before we do our presentation. And then after our presentation, there's a Bigfoot calling contest. So they're turning this into a little party. And I just think that's wonderful. And then after that, we're hitting the library in Franklin, Ohio on the 9th of February. Then the final library presentation is November 16th in Milford. And I'll be the last one.
You've got a busy little while coming up.
Yeah, and then we just did the Milford the Moraine Civic Center was last Saturday, so 4 in a row. I'll be ready for a break after that. And then
Definitely.
It's like 2 weeks later, it's Thanksgiving, and then my son's 21st birthday, and he's wanting his first real margarita, and yeah, time's flying here.
A real margarita?
Yeah,
What did
he's
he
never had a
think?
real one. No, he's not had it yet.
Oh, he hasn't had it yet.
Make sure you use
Oh,
some
that's what he
quality
wants.
tequila so he knows what he's tasting.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Are you taking
What
him
kind
out?
is the-
Or you going with his friends?
I got to split time with his mom, so it's kind of I'm waiting to see when she's doing things with him, and but whenever I do, yeah, I'm taking him out so he can,
I tell my kids I will take them out and buy their first drink, and then they can go out with their friends, and they don't have to stay partying with me. So I get to buy the first drink though. When they turn
That's so
20.
sweet. What is the first drink? Like, do you power slam them with alcohol? I have to know. It's their first drink.
And I let them choose. I think Gabriella had a margarita, and I think that Zach had a shot. I don't even think Emilio was with me for his 21st birthday. I think he was in Illinois. But
Oh.
But
Well,
Yesenia's 1 year out, and she'll have hers.
Oh.
Now
I bet she's already planning it. What did you say?
I was going to say I did let Guinness is my favorite beer, but I do like Mexican beer with Mexican food. But Noah
Dos
has
Equis?
tried Guinness. He did not like it. I gave him this little teeny because when I was grade school age, on New Year's Eve, my dad would he would make me a little salty dog, grapefruit juice and tequila and salt. So I let him try just a little itty bit, So.
And he didn't like it.
I
He
like
did
it.
not like it.
The mango ones are great. The peach margaritas are amazing. The
mango's
jalapeno
horrible.
ones are good.
Mango's horrible.
Oh, well, it all depends on your taste. I like the mango with the jalapeno tequila in it. Oh, so good. Spicy and sweet. Chef's kiss. I'm a tequila margarita connoisseur.
You'd probably put pineapple on pizza too.
Oh, I love pineapple on pizza. Absolutely.
No, it doesn't go. It's in the rule book.
Pineapple margarita is also amazing.
Oh, goodness.
We're all quiet. It's all of a sudden unusually quiet. Pineapple and jalapenos?
Good stuff.
What do you
With
girls
a
got
tahini
coming?
rim, a sugar and tahini.
Well,
I'm sorry.
We aren't sure what's going on, but we might be going to New Orleans for February.
Kind of exciting.
Yeah.
I would like that.
Just saying there's a Harrah's right in the middle.
Just saying,
downtown.
I know some secret places that I can get us into in New Orleans.
Ooh, I love secret places.
Right?
Yes.
So exciting.
I've been talking to that lady from the Bigfoot conference that you referred her to us, Mike. I've been talking to her like all day yesterday and today. So
Oh,
I
cool.
think
How's that going?
I think we're going to be doing that. Are you going to be there too?
I plan on it. Yeah.
So that'll
But
be
the one in the Outer Banks?
no. It's in Ohio. The end of October next year.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some irons in the fire. I can't talk about them yet, but there's some exciting things going on. Couple changes too, but kind of address that toward the end of the year. But yeah, it's. I'm looking forward to 2025 because 24 has been kind of rough.
It's been a rough past 4 years. Like the past 4
Yeah.
years have been kind of rough transitioning.
Yeah, it's time for the
For the
fabulous
blessings part.
fabulous blessings. Yes.
That's right. We've done the phoenix burning of the lives. Everybody's lives are all up in uproars, and everybody's, burnt out all the things that they didn't want in their life. So now we're ready for our blessings.
Yes. Yes, Tammy. Go girls. Say it again.
I'm ready.
There you go.
I partially tore my hamstring last January.
You what?
So, I partially tore my right hamstring back in January of this year. And I was on light duty for a while, and then I got back to driving again in April. But it still hurts, and kind of, I've had other, I'm 60 now, and I'm not in shape anymore, and I'm 60, and I've been, driving a truck for UPS for 30 years, and, your body just doesn't heal. So I go through a week of work, and then the weekend kind of turns into 2 days of healing. But I need more than 2 days. I need like 2 months.
Rest and recovery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hear that.
I want retirement. That's calling its name a little bit louder each day.
How much time you got?
I'm going to try to go at 62, God willing. See, we were Emory Worldwide when UPS bought us, so they don't see me as having 30. They see me having like 22 years. So, because if they seen me, if they would have grandfathered my time, I could retire right now.
Aw.
That's so not
that's
fair.
Hell no, it's not fair. They complain about what they pay us. Well, they can let me retire and bring in somebody cheaper. Right?
Yeah, big time. Granted, life isn't fair, and we've got so many trials and tribulations that we all have to go through, but still, it's not fair. I mean, that's stealing time. Sorry, I'm just.
No, I know, but see, that's how the world works. They don't want you retiring when you're younger. They don't want you to enjoy your life. They want you to work as long as you can, and they want you to get the hell out of the way. But then they want you to die so you don't collect any retirement checks. That's what they want.
Who is they?
There's places that hire people anymore.
Oh,
I'm sorry, rant here, but a lot of these companies just don't care anymore. My dad retired. I think he was 56 when he retired. 56.
yeah.
Yeah. I know people. I'm blessed, and I'm taken care of and stuff. But I know people that are working that are retired, but they're working part-time jobs because they can't afford like benefits and stuff, and that's awful. And here we are not talking about Bigfoot, but Bigfoot don't have to worry about anything like that. He doesn't need attention, but he just needs us to quit cutting down all the woods is what he needs.
Yes. Definitely.
True.
Definitely. Well, if we come to Ohio next year, maybe you'll take us out in the woods.
Yeah.
Yay.
Hell yeah.
That would be awesome.
Yay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I hadn't told the girls about this. Well, Jenna was kind of there when I was talking to her because we were driving back from Randy's place yesterday. But it was just starting to talk with that lady on the phone. So
I guess they're moving. That it was in Greenville last year, but they're going to have it in Mercer County because there's some kind of a Bigfoot some kind of tree that fell down or something they carved or whatever into a Bigfoot or something. But
It's
I think
pretty
they're
awesome.
moving the event. Yeah.
She sent me a picture of
No.
it. It's pretty awesome. Yeah. Yep.
Now where I live now, just a few miles away is where the Bigfoot flap that happened in this area happened back in the late 70s.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So tell us about that.
I guess back in the 70s, there was an area, there was a bridge called Roberts Covered Bridge. It was one of the old wooden bridges, and they've since moved it. It's like they put it in a spot to where it's like you can go look at it, but it's not in use. But that's my cat. He's just meowing for no freaking reason because I'm not paying attention to him. Come here.
He wants to be a star.
Come here. Come here.
Hi,
You
kitty,
want-
kitty,
you wanna
kitty,
be
kitty,
on TV?
kitty.
Come here. There he is.
Hi, kitty.
Hey, Luna. Hi, Luna.
Hi, kitty. You're so pretty. Oh gosh.
Any-
Sorry.
Okay, I'm trying to remember where I was at, but I guess these teenagers were out there on this country road, and they were, doing what they, partying or whatever. But they were chased by this bridge, and they actually went to the police department about it, and the police showed up with them, and a man I ran into by freaking accident that lived back there at the time. He's no longer with us, but he worked for the orchard that used to be there. And the people that own that property sent him down to find out why the cops were down on their property with the lights on. And he goes down there and, he said teenagers were so scared. They were like hysterically scared. They would not get out of the cop car. Cops didn't believe them. But then the next morning, they actually found tracks in Twin Creek. And he's telling me about all this. His name was Dave Underwood. Now when I met him, it was by chance. Long crazy story here. I was taking Noah back to his mom's. I lived in Eastgate. His mom lives here, and he could not make it to her house to use the bathroom. So I had to go find a country road and let him, do his thing. And this guy lived over by where I stopped, and he thought I was up to no good. So he was like coming with dogs, after me. And I explained why we were there parked, and he was okay. And I noticed how kind of crazy woolly was back there. And I said, hey, it's kind of crazy back here, dark and woolly. I said, anything crazy ever happen here? And the dude looks dead at me. I don't have any Bigfoot shirt on or nothing. He looks right at me and says, you mean crazy like 1978? And I heard bits and pieces of this. When I was married to Noah's mom, she knew about it. She was a little girl, and she said her dad had a shotgun in the pickup truck after that event happened. And the whole town was like freaked out over it. And this guy proceeded. There were so many, I knew just little bits and pieces, like part of page 1, part of page 25, part of page 99. This dude is filling all this in. I'm like about ready to just, freak out. But and then after telling me what happened, then he proceeds to tell me that
Like the end of the show. I gotta say goodbye to you, but thank you for coming on, and thank you to Pair X and everyone for having us. We'll miss you. Come check us out on YouTube.
Sorry.
Yes.
Sorry. Thank you, Para X. Thank you, Sarge.
Yes, thank you, Para X. Thank you, Sarge. Thank you guys for watching.
Yep.
Thank you, Sarge.
Sarge.